I am always nervous when Fritzy books somebody. He said, I want to have Terry Francona on. I go, oh, great. Who are they going to be playing the night before? The Yankees. So I'm watching the scores, and then I'll be damned if Teixeira doesn't hit a grand slam. And I go, oh, great. Now, any other manager might affect him. Usually Terry, he's pretty even keel. The Indians manager, joining a Stan Patrick show. How you feeling today?
As the ball was leaving the ballpark. Yeah, if you're asking if you thought I thought about bailing, yeah, but that wasn't your fault.
Do you know the sound of a home run?
Well, normally you think you do in Yankee Stadium, to be honest with you, because that right field porch is so short, and you've seen it, it's not the right field foul line. It's where it juts out going into right field where it goes straight across. I didn't think that was a grand slam because he hit it hard, but it was a line drive, and I thought it was a double. And when it snuck out, it broke my heart because I thought, okay, we're going to get out of this with 2 runs because Masty's stuff was good. He just made a bad pitch.
Yeah, I remember Greg Maddux. I said, describe a home run. And he says it's like you drop a ton of dishes on the floor as a pitcher, that when you hear it, you know automatically that it's gone. And, as a pitcher, I said, would you rather give up a bomb 450 feet or one that goes 329 and drips right over the wall? And he said, if I'm giving it up, it might as well be a bomb.
Well, either way, it depends on what team you're on. How much you enjoy it. But I think, like you said last night, I'm not even sure Tex knew it was out because he was going hard, and it was hit so hard, but it wasn't very high. I think at least I did. I thought it was going to hit the wall because you're right. There are certain times when guys hit balls, it's a home run, and the really good hitters, when they hit them, they know it.
Do you call pitches?
No, God, my goodness, no. That's the last thing I need to
do. Managers do it though, don't they?
Everybody's different. I really like what we try to do is spend a lot of time in spring training, and then obviously during the season, talking to our guys on how we want to play the game. And we talk to our catchers and our pitchers, before series and before games. And then when the game starts, let them go play. And if they know what we want to do as a team, we kind of try to stay out of the way. And I think that's the best way to play the game. Now, again, you'll have first and third defenses and, pitch outs and throwovers and those things. But other than that, we really want to let our good players play the game.
Talking to Terry Francona, the Indians manager, a game out of first place. Going from what you were in with Boston, and granted you had a little bit of a down period there, a rest period going to the mothership to do baseball tonight, but how important was it to go to a job that, I don't want to say had less stress, but maybe less media attention so you could just do the job and not worry about what was happening off the field?
A little bit of a down period. That was a kind way of saying that.
It was a sabbatical.
Oh, my goodness. No, you know what, Dan? Actually, that's not it. It wasn't that I was looking for less stress because, believe me, when the game starts, my stomach is churning the same way it's ever churned in any other game I've played. The expectations are no different once the game starts. Now, there is some things that are different on the periphery, and I guess I mean by that I can spend more time talking about baseball and being a baseball manager as opposed to maybe putting out fires because there's just so much attention and so much interest in Boston that's part of the job description up there. And it kind of wears on you after a while. It wasn't that I hated the media or anything like that. It's just you spend a lot of time doing that, and after a while, some of that kind of things, take a toll on you.
How do I know if you're mad at me if I'm one of your players?
I would tell you. It's funny because everybody's different, but in the clubhouse, there's probably no place that I'm more comfortable in my own skin because that's the only place I've really spent my whole life. And everybody talks about $1 million ball players and this and that, but these are our guys and my guys, and I'm so comfortable in there that I just tell them how I feel, and it's really not a difficult thing to do. I think when you develop relationships where guys trust you, you can tell them sometimes things they may not necessarily want to hear.
Sometimes you have to leave something to realize how much you missed it, or that person or thing realizes how much they missed you. You go back to Fenway. Do you think you missed that environment more than that environment missed you?
Well, I can't speak to the latter, but I know that going back, having a year in between, first of all, really helped. And then the fact that I'm so happy and I'm so content where I am now made it a lot easier for me to go back there and think about the fond things and not so much the things that were hurtful. So I think it's worked out pretty well for everybody. They got a really good manager. They got a good thing going. I'm thrilled with where I'm at. So I think it's a little easier after a while and just to look at some of the things that make you happy and maybe forget some of the things that maybe didn't make you so happy.
Pedro Martinez recently said there's some special sauce these guys were sipping on in '04. I thought you guys were just doing they were doing regular shots. He said it was some like special Jamaican juice or something.
I don't know. Believe me, when I saw the group, the first time I saw the group getting together was in St. Louis because I had left a part of my lineup card up in my office, and I saw this whole group together, and I thought it was just like a symbolic whatever, So I didn't even know about it, and when I walked out that day after I saw the group together, Theo was in my office. I go, Theo, you didn't see me here. And he was laughing. I think more than anything, it was probably all symbolic, whatever they were doing or whatever it was. I don't think it was a real big deal. It was more of a team thing.
But
that just team bonding for that team was a little different.
But it was almost like a parent catching your kids drinking.
No, you know what? I trusted that team so much on the field that I actually didn't even really bat an eyelash. I mean, again, that was a pretty crazy group. But when they got on the field, they got after it. They cared about each other and all the things that I believed in. I think they believed in, and so I really actually trusted them a lot.
Yeah, they never offered you a shot?
I didn't really want to be part of that.
That's not a no. Did they?
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. I'm trying to skirt around the issue a little bit because I like to keep my job here for a while.
Well, no, you're good in Cleveland.
I remember Millar calling me. It was about a day after the World Series, and all of a sudden I woke up and my phone was just blowing up. And Millar called and he goes, "Hey man, I got a problem," and he walked me through it. And I was so mad at him. And I remember saying at the end, I said, "Look, Kevin, clean it up and keep me out of it." And the last thing he said to me was, "Well, Skip, we got a little problem there." He goes, "Because I told everybody you're right in the middle of it." And I remember thinking, "Oh, no." And then Johnny Damon called, and he's probably the sweetest guy in the world. And he goes, "Tito," he goes, "I'm going on." I think it was Letterman. And he goes, "I'll clean it up." And I'm like, "Oh, no." But you know what? It just I love those guys so much. I trusted them so much in a weird way because I knew, as crazy and wacky as they were, when they get on the field, they knew what it was about and they knew how to get it done.
Would you ever manage that way again with that much freedom?
It depends on the group. Again, you got to remember when I went up there, I inherited a team that was ready to win, and that doesn't happen very often when you change managers. And I was told pretty much point blank, you are here to win. It's different set of circumstances everywhere you are. And for me, that first year, I had to kind of bite my tongue and maybe swallow my pride or my ego a little bit to allow things to go on that probably disturbed me a little bit because if I instilled my will, I don't think it would have put our best foot forward winning that year. So there were some difficult things for me that year for sure.
Congrats so far. Your game out of first. Sometimes you build up those expectations. Now people expect this the rest of the year. Are you ready now with this team, or are you maybe a year away?
Dan, we don't know, and you know what? And I don't say that in a bad way. I mean, we don't know quite where we are. But I will tell you this: I'm enjoying the hell out of seeing how good we can get with this group because they're fun, and I love this group, and I'm kind of enjoying like growing with them and seeing how good we can get. And again, we'll see where the season takes us, but I'm enjoying just trying to see how good we can get.
Good to visit with you as always, Tito. Thank you.
Dan, I enjoyed it. Take care, man.
All right.
See ya.
Terry Francona, Indians manager. I like the fact that Teixeira, as the ball's leaving the park, he's thinking about bailing on the interview today. Well done, Fritzy.